Greetings, conscious viewers of the Prison Project. We have already analyzed how the system steals your time through the industry of oblivion and endless shows. We understood how you are forced to live someone else's life while you yourself are in a state of a passive observer. But turning off the TV is only the first step to true freedom. The system predicted this move. If you have stepped out from under the influence of the big screen, it is already waiting for you in your pocket. A new lock has appeared on the door of your cell. Invisible, touch-sensitive, and extremely effective. Today, we will analyze the architecture of your digital lack of freedom. We will talk about how your smartphone has become your personal warden and algorithms, the new chains of your will. Look at this device you are holding in your hands right now. You consider it a communication tool, a window to the world, or a source of knowledge. But in the architecture of the prison, it is an electronic bracelet that prisoners buy with their own money and manually charge every night, so that you do not accidentally lose contact with the warden. Previously, to monitor a person, the system needed spies, microphones in the walls, and a huge staff of analysts. Today you provide all the reports yourself. Where you were, what you ate, whom you talked to, what you thought about, and what you wanted. Every touch of the screen is recorded and entered into your digital dossier. A smartphone is an ideal warden. It does not sleep, does not take bribes, and knows your weaknesses better than your mother. It created the illusion of accessibility of the whole world, but in fact it narrowed your world to the size of a 5-inch glass. And even when you have no reason to touch the screen of your gadget, look carefully if your location function is on. Yes. So you have always been under the strict control of the system. We voluntarily give away the most intimate data. We unlock the phone with a Face ID, or a fingerprint. In the architecture of the prison, this means that your biometric codes, unique keys to your biosuit, are now stored on the system servers. You don't just use a gadget, you chip yourself voluntarily, giving the system access to your biological identification. Do you think you choose what to watch and what to read? This is the greatest illusion of the digital age. The system no longer uses brute force to make you think in a certain way. It uses algorithms. Every click, every delay of gaze on a picture is data that feeds the neural network. The algorithm forms an information bubble around you. It slips you only what confirms your prejudices, what keeps you in a state of irritation or false pleasure. This is a digital hallucination where you see only what the system wants you to see. You no longer need to be convinced. You just need to be looped. Your attention, which is the most valuable currency of the pilot, is scattered on short clips, endless news feeds, and empty messages. You lose the capacity for deep concentration. A pilot who cannot concentrate for more than 15 seconds is not capable of changing the course of his ship. He becomes a manageable object whose emotions are manipulated by digital architects through dopamine hooks. The rabbit hole effect and neural degradation. Constant switching between short videos, shorts, reels, destroys the pilot's strategic thinking. The prefrontal cortex of the brain falls asleep, and you switch to pure instinct mode. The system deliberately accelerates the pace of life through fast food content, so that you don't have time for a pause and realization of your own situation. Speed of information consumption, speed of eating. These are the same fast foods where you have little time to eat, make important decisions, perceive meanings. You are not given the opportunity to stop and think about what is important and what does not matter. The camera and sensors read not only the movement of the finger, but also micro-expressions, pupil dilation, and heart rate while watching certain content. The algorithm knows when you are depressed, when you are angry or excited. And at these moments, it slips you the necessary information injection to keep you inside the digital bubble. Social networks, a Vanity Fair in the cell. The system realized that a prisoner who feels lonely might start looking for a way out. Therefore, it created social networks, a surrogate for communication. This is a giant Vanity Fair where everyone tries to convince others that their cell is better than the neighbor's. You spend hours editing filters on your photos to create a facade of a happy life. You crave likes, digital strokes from the system that stimulate your brain the same way as sugar or drugs. But behind this stands total alienation. We have thousands of friends, but we have no one to talk to about real meanings. We follow the lives of celebrities, forgetting about our own. This is digital lush, your attention energy, which you voluntarily give to corporate wardens in exchange for a short-term burst of dopamine. The system is afraid of a live look eye to eye because there is sincerity in it. It wants you to look into the blue light of the screen because that's how your will becomes passive. We are entering an era where your behavior becomes your capital. Digital prison is preparing a system of social ratings. One wrong click, one dangerous thought, and your access to resources can be limited. This is absolute control. You don't need bars if your electronic wallet or your access to services can be turned off with one button in the system's office. A perfect addition to this thesis is the first episode of the third season of the series Black Mirror, where acceptance into friends, a collective, a job depends on the number of likes in a social network. The Daya case, the global experiment. Look at what is happening right now in this country, Ukraine. It has introduced advanced technology, Daya, where all the most important data was digitized. And it seems like a modern and very convenient technology. But maybe it's a worldwide experiment called the trap. This country is now in a state of maximum vulnerability and openness to change. The world is watching it like a laboratory. It was the first in the world to equate a digital passport to a physical one. From the point of view of the system, this is a transition from paper slavery to software code. Now you are not a human, you are a QR code. When all your documents, passport, rights, taxes, certificates are digitized in one app, this is a single point of failure. With one click from above, a person can be deprived of civil rights, access to money, or the possibility of movement. In the prison, this is called remote control of access to the biosuit. The convenience hook anesthesia for the pilot, the system buys your freedom for comfort. A pilot agrees to full transparency before the architects only because he is too lazy to stand in line. This is an exchange of sovereignty for clicks. Integration with Episode 10, War for Memory Digitalization, is also a way to control the past. A physical document can be hidden, passed on, saved as an artifact. A digital record in a database can be changed, erased, or edited in a second. This is an ideal tool for memory erasure. If the database says that you are nobody, you won't be able to prove the opposite. You become transparent. and the system becomes an impenetrable black box for you. So, pilot, today we saw another wall. Digital prison is not software and not hardware. It is your consent to be part of someone else's algorithm. Your smartphone is only a mirror of your fear of being left alone with yourself. In the silence where you can hear yourself, ISB. We do not call on you to throw gadgets into the ocean. We call on you to realize their role in your lack of freedom. Take back power over your attention. Do not let the algorithm decide what you should feel today. Turn off the location function. Sovereignty begins where the automatic scrolling of the feed ends. Analyze. Check the screen usage time on your smartphone. How many hours of your life were eaten by pixels this week? You will be surprised how many years of your endless journey you just scrolled. Share. What digital apps do you consider your main wardens? What prevents you from turning off the phone, at least for the evening? Let's discuss this in the comments. Let's identify the digital chains that hold us the strongest. Give a like if you are ready to get out of the algorithm and return to reality. Wait for the next episode. It will be no less painful, but necessary. We will look behind the facade of your comfort and analyze the architecture of your containment. Invite friends to an open conversation on the topic of the digital prison. Perhaps they also feel how modern technologies kill time and drive the speed of life. The system captured your mind through the screen, but it needs to keep your body somewhere while it pumps out your energy. Welcome to your concrete cell, which you pay for all your life. See you outside the digital bars. See you in reality.